All right, Math 7 kiddos, last example on lesson 4-5, solving multi-step equations. So we're still going to follow those steps, and our first step is always to distribute. But you might be noticing, sorry, I'm moving around so much. You might be noticing that here in our example 3, there is nothing to distribute. There's no distribution to be had because there's no parentheses. So no distribution. And that's okay, you're just going to jump to step 2. So that second step tells us to combine any like terms. And here we definitely have some like terms. I'm going to start with that line down the center because I always forget it. So the first set of like terms I'm going to throw together, I'm going to use blue, and I can see that I have a -4 that I can combine with a +17. -4 plus 17 ends up giving me 13. And I'm just going to carry everything else down as is. Still checking to see if I have any like terms because I do still. Those x pieces, that +5x and that -2x, those are like terms and can also be combined. So that's the difference here with this example 3. So far in our other examples, there was only one set of like terms to combine, where here there are two sets. So a +5 minus 2 is going to leave me with a 3. So I've got my 13, and don't lose your x pieces here, guys. That's a plus for a +3x that I ended up with. And now you've got a two-step equation. Get the x term by itself first. Get that 3x alone by dealing with that +13. The opposite or the inverse of a +13 is to subtract 13 from both sides. My 13 minus 13 cancels just like I wanted it to. And I'm left with 3x is equal to 10 minus 13. Again, doing that in your calculator is a -3. I'm doing it in 9. Last step, the x is being prevented from being alone by that 3 that's being multiplied. So the opposite of that multiplication is division. Divide both sides by the 3 to get those to cancel. And I'm left with x is equal to -3 divided by 3 is a -1. Be careful not to lose your negative when you're doing that. And for the check, last but not least, again, starting off by rewriting the original problem and all its wondrous glory. Doing that again, this time replacing any variables, which this is our first check, our first opportunity where we actually have two variables or two things to be replacing. And into each of those parentheses, I'm filling in my -1. Do not lose your negative sign. It won't work out if you use positive. And then order of operations. Multiplication comes first, so I'm going to do that multiplication. -4 carries down. 5 times -1 is a -5. Plus 17 carries down. -2 times -1 is a +2. And then carry down my 10. All right, so now all I have left is addition and subtraction, and so we just work our way from left to right as we were to read. So -4 minus 5 more is going to end up with a -9. Plus 17 plus 2 is equal to 10. -9 plus 17 is going to give me 8. Yup, +8, because there's less negatives. So 8 plus 2 is going to give me 10, which is equal to 10, which proves my check works out. And that is what you got for 4-5. Looking at your homework problems, not too bad, only one fraction one. You can do it, though. I have faith in you. I'm only asking you to do the check for 3 of them. You're more than welcome to do them for all, but I'm only requiring 3.